Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel here today. Today we're here for more Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei, episodes 4 and 5 of Season 3, Zan Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei. Yeah, we're back. We're excited, we're ready to go and jump into the new stuff. Let's jump right into the YouTube comments, of which I have none. This side probably. Yeah, I might circle back if a comment pops in or not, or, that kind of thing, but nothing there at the moment. So from there, we're probably just going to move on, and I guess I'll talk about something that I've been thinking about for a little bit. So this is probably going to be bad news if you're a Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei kind of person, but I've decided to put the manga stuff on hiatus. So I may circle back to it and do it at another date. I'm not going to be jumping straight into it after this stuff, if that makes any sense, after finishing Season 3. And that's for multiple reasons, one of which is I already have some manga ongoing on the channel at the moment. When I first started Land of the Lustrous, I honestly thought I'd be done by now, but that thing's a whole can of worms, and I continue to dive deeper and deeper into it every day. It's still probably got, a good month left, at least. So, and again, I'm probably going to want to be slowing down towards the end stuff. It's probably going to all come to a head. Yeah. Again, maybe the timing works out there, maybe it doesn't. It's yet to be seen. The other one would be Mondays. So Mondays is when I record for Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei. They're honestly just getting too busy for me to even attempt doing manga. Because manga, as I found out, again, by doing the manga on the channel, it's like more work. It's clearly more work. It may not seem like it because the videos are shorter, but it's more editing. There's more stuff on the other side that you have to do about it, and my schedule just doesn't allow for that at this time, unfortunately. Again, you'll see when and if a poll comes out for this kind of section of the week. Again, it's probably going to be something pretty light, something pretty new, not something particularly long. That's again what I'm kind of looking for here. Right here in this slot. I think that would be ideal. And probably the final point, and I guess this isn't really fair without having read it, but I'm not sure how good it'll be for analysis of manga. Put it that way. Is it just going to be me reading jokes and laughing at jokes? Because the Shaft presentation puts a bit of pizzazz into it to the point where it's worthy of a reaction. There's a timing to a joke that we're getting across as well that's quite good. Not that you can't get timing across in a written medium, of course, but I don't know. I don't see it working like that if the chapters are very similar to how they're adapted in the anime that I've been watching. It's also a matter of starting point. This thing, the adaptation, has been jumping all over the place, so it's going to be tough to find a spot there to start. And again, a bunch of people were saying you gotta read it to get to the thing, and then the thing will make all the things click. And I'm with you on that. I understand that. And that's why I'm saying that it's not a forever thing. We will circle back to it at some point. It's just not a this slot right now type thing, I don't think. So sorry if that's disappointing, but just, again, getting ahead of it so we don't run into trouble a little bit later. I don't know. Just, yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on it as it stands right now. Willing and able to change my mind, of course, as well, if people come through with some reason to the contrary, but I don't know. My life isn't just the kind of 2 or so hours I sit down here and watch Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei and a bunch of other stuff during the week. There's a lot going on. So, yeah, again, it's disappointing, but we're going to need to have something a little bit different here in this slot pretty soon. And yeah, on that cheery note, I guess we'll shout out the Patreon, shall we? Thank you for my patrons. Thank you for supporting and being 1 week ahead and all that kind of stuff. I appreciate that. And it's linked in the description below if anybody else wants to join along and see next week's episodes 1 week early. Once again, shoutouts to Mickey Babbers, AJ, Bananarama Hamadama-sama, Capella, Chobo Ruby, Copley, Dapper Dwarf, Ed, Fancy Question Mark, Flo Nightingale, Fruit, Fusel, Gloria and Tenebrae, Glyke, Greybeard, Guano, Gus N, Hans Peter, I'm Mildly Anxious, Ika, Iwayuru, Yaku Yavanen, Jacob R, Jummy Boo, Joran, Kosogtha, Kelvin, Clem, Nosta, Cot Begemot, Lick H, Lou, Marco San, Mistake L Chen, Molly Weinberger, Mr. Maniacs, Aussie, Parnick, Pencil Sharp 333, Ron Lad B&K, Saint Lily, Sam1373, Skeleton, Tentacle Member, Waifu Overdose, Without a Net, Yuki Ali, Zach, Akumansa, Binchi, Voodoo Chili, and Aidan O'Brien. Thank you to everybody for giving me money. I enjoy the money. And yeah, it's Zetsubou Sensei time. Of course, based on last week's words as well, I'm keeping a keen eye out for bigger picture stuff. But yeah, it's a hard show to set up because it's just going to do whatever the hell it wants. And we love that for it. So yeah, without any further ado, let's jump into episode 4, I believe, of Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei right now. Rightio, I have episode 4 up there ready to go. 23 minutes and 41 seconds on this one, so sync up accordingly with your own copy. I have the Zang version, very cool, which seems to be one of the major ones that are out there, so sync up with that copy if you have it. If not, there's a picture-in-picture version in the description below for your viewing pleasure. Let's give this thing a 3, 2, 1. Radio, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, that countdown's always weird, huh? At least the voice acting's really good. I don't get it. Yeah. I can kind of hear it a little bit now. With the whispering, you can definitely tell who it is. GHQ. Alright, sure. Again, that straight over my head. It continues to happen, unfortunately. I like the little bottom corner there. That's quite a nice touch. I really like that sequence too. Probably the strongest part of the opening is that part into this part. Oh, see, yeah, the little animation on they look like a choir here in a second. I quite like that too. In the refrain. Yeah, that one. I think I've mentioned it before. I like how the characters are different heights. Again, you normally see a little bit of deviation there, but I don't know. It's a point of difference. It's cool. Hell yeah. My goat. I've got white sneakers down there. She's just like me for real. How I became a real human. Of course. No way! How devastating. TPO? Why is he in a convertible in the rain? What's it? Is it TPO? Is it like a forecast or? Oh, she's doing the thing. Go on. Guessing June's the rainy season. How many times have you say TPO? He's saying it's quite cynical. Of course. I feel like we're talking around in circles, though. Okay, an anecdote. Wrong kind of bike store. Exactly. How dare they? That's kind of funny. Who the fuck are you? Oh. Overdressed. Oh, okay, I get that one. Thanks for translating it, guys. A Morlock? Dramatic. Edgy? Indeed. It's pretty good stuff. When's the sue coming in, though? When are you going to sue him? Not the Keshigomo. That was quite provocative. Whatever TPO means, of course. Good point. Okay, yeah. I think that's a mental illness. You're a very interesting character. Have an opinion on it? Huh? Pardon? How will they sell? Hidamari High. A time slip TPO. I can't time travel? She does too. She's also sick? Hey, yo. That's a bit more like it. She's locked the fuck in. Okay, we're back on the beach. It's Sea Day, of course. Celebrated pedigree. I really like that shot of the beach too. I've never heard of Sea Day. What is Sea Day? Uh, yeah? They don't forbid it. Those are definitely the 7 landlocked prefectures. Unfair. They can leave their prefecture. We should make our own day for landlocked prefectures. When somebody please think of the mangaka. Well, you can't really celebrate. It's kind of awkward. Yeah. A National Hair Growth Grand Prix. What kind of magazine? It's an in-joke, or? Okay. Okay, something that's not anticipated. More like bleat don't. Sure. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Oh. 300 losses. That horse should be glue. It's an absolute donkey. Yeah, I guess that's a similar frame of reference. Cucumber. Ah, ha 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 ha. We love a good road in this show too. Oh, she's going to be violent again. I don't want to run into Chiri on the purge. That'd be bad. Wow. Could have sworn it was going to be Kaire. Yeah, what are you... Are you... Is that your idea of a good time, or... Is the joke that she's fucking super giga bored? Sure. It's very Komori. Oh, Jesus Christ. Does Mario have clothes? Pardon? I was wondering when the shoe was going to drop there too. Granted, I only recognized it, yeah. I only realized it about 20 seconds ago, but yes. That's why the background looked like that. That's very fun. It also explains why Komori's here. What a reveal! She indeed has no clothes. Ah! Hey yo. Secret tunnel? Good for you. Oh, we're back. I have to remind myself of where we... Yeah, overprotective group. Okay. And then they were jumping down his throat. I remember. I remember. I was there. And then we were attacking him for song rights or something. Manga desu. I'm laughing at the same jokes from last week. Oh, and see, it's like a meta thing because we're also a manga. I would want them to buy 14 billion copies. Yeah, we got his ass. One of our company's character designs. uh. Ugh. Oh. Oh. The signs there are like Looney Tunes. That's funny. Damn. That's kind of giving me Monogatari too. If you know, you know. We're always hanging out by the fucking playground in that show. Oh, okay. So that's how we're bringing it back to the body double. Then Kafka's here. Oh. The voice there's great. Correct. Ah. It was my body double. I helped the Yakuza guys. Sick. Or like this gang. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, wow. What did he do? Dude, that classic summer festival type vibe. He's been busy. I'll give him that. Was that really it? Damn. That's crazy. Ah. Yeah, structurally, that's just still just it's just awful. Jokes are pretty good. In that last bit at least. The rest of it was just odd. The hell's a TPO? Keep TPOing me. It's TPP-owing me off. Is that anything? No? Okay. I don't know, what a weird show. Just is. There was a genuine, like, good reveal in one of the bits, though. There was, like, a build to it. It made sense considering the, content of the rest of the bit as well. Of course, I'm talking about the beach. And yeah, just the way they shot it towards the end of that sequence, it's like, oh, so, okay, that's why. Gotcha. And yeah, it kind of justifies the entire premise because of the, like, we're celebrating C-Day, but we're landlocked type idea. We're celebrating it from inside the classroom. Sure. Oh. Love a good Zetsubou Sensei drawing song. Oh, you select the quiet version. I thought these two had beef too. Maybe they squashed it because of Sensei. I like the one on the left. It's almost like a Futurama on the right, though. Very good work. Oh, they had bandages on. Maybe they were fucking punching each other. And yeah, let's just ride on straight through to the next episode, shall we? Starting up with episode 5 very, very shortly. Radio episode 5 up there, ready to go. We have 23 minutes and 41 seconds on that one, so sync up accordingly with your own copy. I have the Zang version, and there's a picture-in-picture version in the description below for your viewing pleasure. Let's give this thing a 3, 2, 1. Radio, 3, 2, 1, go. Wow, we're back. Got a mouthful or something. Oh, a lot of prostration. Proletarian literature. How does one do that? The fuck are you talking about? How does one reverse prostrate? I don't really know. At least that one was like legible. It was fucking strange. But I like understood the events that took place. Why are they all so scary? Is that a rocket exploding in the sky? How did I only notice that now? Even if it was, I don't know. My eyes don't work so good. Brain slow. Indeed. Some kind of school ceremony. A graduation, potentially. Or a first day in, or considering the cherry blossoms. Graduation, there you go. Back scratch. It's like blackjack. Oh yeah, they did their exams in like the first skit this episode or something. Why is he afraid of the seniors? Yeah. Mm-hmm. It becomes a little bit too obvious. Catch copy. This is an interesting little kind of premise. Yeah. Yeah, I can... Back scratching is what we're calling it. Okay. It's really hard to quantify, but I understand what you're talking about. Whenever you're trying to sell watching something to your friend, don't say it's the saddest, the funniest thing ever, any of that. Don't go in with that kind of expectation. The fuck are you talking about? The fog is coming? Well, you scratch my back, I scratch yours. Zuto. Yeah, it just comes off as it's like really cheesy and like tacky. Oh, Rin's here. Trump. I like the translation there. That's funny. What a classy game of cards. They all suck. Young Turk. Kinda. You are. Is it... I don't think Uno's the... Has the poker face, Kafka? That was a cool line, though. The fuck is going on over there? The fuck? I feel like we're being a little bit too adventurous with this premise. They call me the Big Bang Theory? Damn, Sheldon Cooper. Hey, yeah, the music's really funny. You reckon? Big Magnum Kuroiwa. Sure. That was odd. As most skits in the show are. Okay, Cherry, why are you so glum? Can't brighten up? For what reason? Huh? You're so pedantic. Sure. Damn. It ruined time. Maybe they're doing it all the time. Who the hell is a leap person? I don't understand the correlation. Well, that's why we do a roll call. There's going to be some background gag here where there's some fucking chopped person that's been here the entire time. Among Us. I mean, I recognize most of those people, except for that person, which I saw before as well. Damn. I think they're just rude people. Misinformed people. Zutto. Go on then. 69? Somebody just stole one. Ah! Terrifying. Yeah. Or, you know. Okay, this will be good. Damn, big game. No, it ain't. Classic. You always got to query how many people are at games. That one too. Like, who the fuck is listening to Benson Boone? I feel like that one's referencing something a little bit more specific. And now there's Leap people? No way. We should murder them. Why? Damn, you guys known each other that long? I guess everybody's kind of a Leap person every now and again by that logic. I feel a song coming on. I liked that. The Blue Man Group? With the pun too. Subculture loving co-eds. Kafka, you're scaring me. Yeah, the eye's freaking me out. I feel like my mind's been melded. Is she a witch? Oh, okay, yeah, technically. Yeah, that's the joke. Ah! Damn. Or maybe there wasn't a joke. Look at a little puppy dog. What are you doing? Pardon? Kafka's judging hard, too. What the fuck are you talking about? The dropper in the rye. Back at the festival. Oh, so again, this is kind of continuing on from last time. I see. Joy. Not gonna happen. It's a cool shot there, too. Oh. Kafka's here. She loves doing it. That's terrible. Okay. Rojas. Yeah, what is that hairline? What's going on there? I mean, she could use a shave. Is she a demon? Through food. Okay, whatever you say. I'm not doing that. You gotta tell me where the food came from. Rat meat? Why are you shopping here too? Why did we finish at the festival and go to the grocery store? Did you? I wouldn't. I'd avoid him. Go on. That's terrible. Yeah, I was about to say, we about to end. No, it's just cuts in the middle. I don't know. I think, okay, there's one cool thing about the last skit, which I've been hard on it. It continuing from week to week is kind of cool. How it's flowing continuously. So, like, 1 led into 2, which leads into 3, which leads into 4. That's kind of neat. And takes some, like, large-scale, like, actual writing to do. I don't know, it's kind of like serialized. It's nice. What else can I even say about that episode? The back scratching one frustrated me. Yeah, just a little bit. Because I thought they were nailing something, right? If you advertise something as something, it kind of sets a set of expectations that almost makes it untrue. And then it just got really Japanese and odd. They took it in a weird direction I don't think they needed to. They expanded on something that was already just pretty funny to begin with and relatable. To the point of it not being relatable anymore. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty good. I think it's a really cynical way to look at like society as a whole is like a kind of last skit too, of just kind of like, you know, skipping over the bad stuff. Don't look any deeper, just ignore it. Living a through life. Okay, the lip flaps there were very funny. How is she gonna sing? She's not. Gotcha. There's kind of a little bit of a sound there. I don't know if I'm just imagining that. Like, was she actually kind of just like half talking there, Chiwasaito? Well, she was there at the very end, but like during it? Or did I imagine that? It truly is hard to say. I don't know if I, what's the word? It's like placebo. You like think it's happening, but it's not. There's another word for it though. Mandela effect? No, not really. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow for a little bit of analysis on those 2 episodes. I'm going to be honest, I have no fucking idea what I'm going to have to say about them, because they were just very odd. And I don't know. Either way, I'll see you guys tomorrow for whatever it will be. And we are back. It is the next day. I thought I'd circle back around to the YouTube comments because Iwayuru popped back through with a couple. It's a little bit frustrating not having my liner notes because this comment and again, previous comments as well, they get a little bit liner notey. I'll have questions about what's going on in the skit, and then people will tell me what's going on, which again, I appreciate. It's just I'm divorced from that from 1 week, if that makes any sense. It's very hard to remember the specifics of everything that was going on and the questions that I had in the moment. Again, the immediacy of the liner note kind of format there is better, but again, I just don't have them. It sucks. But either way, first and foremost, we circle back around to the, you know, question of the greater everything of what this thing is about. Again, I'm just going to call it how I see it continuously. If I see something, I see it. If I don't, I don't. I'm also keeping in mind that I want to make the best kind of video possible for what people want out of the series, if that makes any sense as well. So again, it's a balancing act. I'm trying to look for stuff, but I also just don't want to blindly speculate about stuff I'm not actively thinking about either, because then what's the point of a blind reaction? Anyway, it's a can of worms. It's a tough one to figure out. I'm always appreciative of the language stuff as well. It fascinates me. So yes, Nozomu being kind of to hope for something is part of the pun of his name. Nozomu Itoshiki, how that becomes kind of Zetsubou. So we can kind of see, and I remember all this for sure. So hope into despair, there's probably something in a name there, you would have to say. We get a little bit of extra context here as well for the kind of Chiwa Saito stories at the beginning of episodes. They're manga cover stories, and again, they're kind of meant to be kind of absurdist. So again, like, being kind of like, what's going on is kind of the point. So I'm succeeding in that regard. It's just, it's still, it's for the fans. The fans probably got more out of it. Let's put it that way. Now, this kind of stuff's really impressive. Again, the immediacy of it as it pertains to like what was coming out at the time, how quickly we were able to get a chapter out and comment on that. That would be really exciting. And it's what people really like about social media and the here and now. You can have a take, you can make a joke almost immediately about something, and it's relevant, and a lot of people get stuff out of that. Having that, again, all the way back in 2008, produced through, again, an artistic medium, it's really nice. That'd be really, really cool. And again, it made me kind of wish for a Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei of today kind of equivalent. I think, again, you would get a lot out of that if they were commenting on things that, again, we could all kind of share our experience in. I think that would be cool. Oh yes, I was looking for an explanation on this one too. If only it had been produced by Kyoto Animation. This is Negima, right? Which is a show adapted by Shaft. It was the whole Kometa beef as well. There's that kind of angle to it as well. Wait, yeah, they did the second season, excuse me. Which apparently the first season's a bit of a disaster, but maybe the second season's a little bit better. Either way, Kyoto Animation's Kyoto Animation, so if only I'd gotten Kyoto Animation as opposed to Shaft to do this thing. Again, it's Shaft making fun of themselves. It's pretty nice stuff, I don't know. Goes to show the respect that KyoAni had in the industry, even back in 2008, 2009, one of those years. Yeah, they arguably hadn't even put out some of their best stuff yet, so they're insanely good. City the Animation coming soon. Coming soon, guys. Oh, that's really great. I love that the 7-year laugh gag was an actual thing. Like, they marked the date down and everybody kind of gathered online and started laughing. That's just really wholesome and nice. I really like that. I don't know, this reminds me of the days of, like, wholesome 4chan before, you know, all the other stuff. Again, I was there, unfortunately. I don't know if that's a self-report or not, but I was. Again, 4chan has its moments. The Christmas thread's always really nice, you know, they're playing the radio, and we're just kind of jamming out to the Christmas songs. I don't know, it's kind of fun. I've had fun there. And yeah, and kind of with this liner note style stuff, I guess I'll try to note stuff which I'm really looking for extra information on. Otherwise, again, it just turns into a really long comment. And again, there's been a lot of liner notey stuff here, but not some of the stuff I particularly remember or thought was particularly noteworthy or like really wanted to know the joke there. Again, you'll see the stuff where I'll like question it and be like, I wonder what that was about, or whatever else. I don't know, I'll try to telegraph it a little bit maybe this session. Maybe that's the best way to go about it. Oh yeah, and with this kind of stuff, I mean, this is more to what I was talking about early in the video about Mondays and Tuesdays. Not good. Not good at the moment. It's Tuesday night now. I've actually had a pretty good Tuesday, so we're feeling okay. But they're definitely the two worst days of the week right now for work. Holy shit. So that's more me just being short because I'm short about work. And again, why I want to change up this slot from something that's Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei to something that's not. I need like a therapy show there or something very zen. Just Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei is the opposite of that. I will say, yeah, the Switch segment is probably the highlight of that set in that episode as well. Just good stuff all around. Good gear, good Nami, good everything. And yeah, we've kind of talked about structural stuff already as well. I like that we're actually continuing that bit continuously. I feel like that's like a cool distinction, so I don't know. I should probably go get the episode up now and jump right back through. Okay, episode 4, first segment here now. This one was TPO. I'm very curious to try and figure out what the fuck's going on here because I thought I had a grip on it and then I just didn't. It starts off with Nami being cute and really looking forward to a Sunday stroll before it gets ruined by some rain. And of course, the brand new white sneakers, the rain is unexpected, dirties up all the sneakers. It's exactly the thing we're not looking for. It's very normal as well. Oh my god, my white sneakers got kind of, what's the word? Dirtied? How terrible. Like, that's the most generic problem we could probably have. I do like her thing as well with, kind of sunflowers. These kind of like sunflower waffles or something. Oh, it's cute. Nami's cute. I'm gonna broken record on that. So straight into it, Chiri is like, okay, like, your shoes are all dirty. You didn't mind the TPO. That's what happens when you don't mind the TPO. There we have it, folks. Thank you, Shaft. Thank you. Okay. Let's break down my frustration. Okay, don't mind the TPO, that's what will happen. Rightio, we have TPO there, that's probably the first frame. Let's hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 frames, you're going to imagine this thing's 24. That's like half a second of TPO on my screen when time, place, occasion is pretty integral to understanding this entire segment. I just thought it was nonsense. I didn't know what they were talking about. Time, place, occasion. So, Nami didn't mind the time, place, and occasion, wore the wrong shoes to the wrong event at the wrong time, and they got dirty. TPO. Making sense now. Good. Let's keep this moving forward. Again, Shaft is too clever for their own good sometimes. I would just like a big diagram that says what TPO is on screen. Just on occasion, it would be nice. Again, making sense. In a similar vein, we have Ikkyu, I believe that was his name, my old friend. He's driving a convertible in the rain as well with the, with the top down. Don't do that. That's a bad idea. You'll get wet, and so will the interior of the car. Oh, this is fun as well. Basically, they're warning us to never use a convertible because there's always something that can get into your car from, the outside based on the season. Doesn't matter what time of year it is. Chiri here shouts out June. June in particular, probably a rainy season. Yeah, again, you don't want any of these things in your car. Why even do the convertible thing? Getting a red car during stoppage time, yeah, definitely. TPO, mind the TPO. Where Chiri gets to do her own kind of Zetsubou Sensei little, it despairs me when people don't look at the TPO. And then Sensei shows up and starts talking about June brides, kind of blaming the brides for picking to have their wedding during June because potentially guests may get wet because it's the rainy season. The rice shower becomes rice soup. The bouquet the bride tosses seems like the kind of artificial flower that blooms when put in water. And then they're like trying to outwork each other because then Abiru comes through and says that I don't think you're minding the TPO by saying the June brides aren't minding the TPO. Like, I think you're in the wrong, Sensei, for this. So I guess all of this is predicated on understanding the kind of concept of a June bride as well. Apparently it's a thing. But then Abiru looks at it very cynically, saying that they only made it a thing because money normally dries up during the rainy season. So they wanted to, make it like a meme that you're a June bride. Anyway, we're getting very Zetsubou Sensei very early. Again, like most things in this show, it just kind of comes down to certain characters not understanding the social situation and making some kind of faux pas. The example here is that Sensei walks into a bike shop and wants a moped when he walks into a push bike shop. Tour de France documentary. Thank you. Yeah, he just didn't understand. He didn't understand the time, the place, or the occasion. And there's always another layer to it, right? Because it's sometimes when you're trying to mind the TPO and trying to be a good person that's thinking about this stuff, you accidentally find yourself activating some other different kind of faux pas based on the TPO. And that's so specific, but I know what you're talking about. It's very Zetsubou Sensei is the point. The one that really resonates with me is I think that this is their resident mangaka type guy. He's trying to go to some kind of, formal style party. He thought he would dress up for the occasion, but he ended up being overdressed and committing a different faux pas. Yeah, and this is a fun one too. On the other hand, going to an anime launch party, everyone around me was dressed in formal wear and I was the only one who came casual. I wonder which is better there. Do you want to be overdressed or underdressed? Probably overdressed. I think. But they're both not great. I wonder if this is a personal anecdote by one of the animators, potentially Shinbo or somebody else at Shaft, where they went to something like this and, again, thought that it was one thing, but it was the other, and they fucked up because of it. I don't know. I like the mixed medianness of Komeda's writing, obviously, from the chapter, as well as, again, Shaft adding their own flair. I think that's nice. Oh, yeah, the Kaire ecchi part. This was pretty funny. I liked this for our kind of, ecchi section of the episode. I don't know, it's just like a bunch of cliches about, like the tutor and the, horny fucking 15-year-old kid. You know, right? You guys know. You're with it. Like, I need to see an example of a cone-like object. Hey, yo. I do like him getting at the ruler and then her moaning and then him writing down, like, the radius or, like, the height as, like, moan centimeters. I think that's pretty good. Apparently this one's to be continued as well, so please look forward to seeing this again. I don't know. Maybe maybe that'll be a laugh, sure. For once, I actually do like Kafka's examples here too. There is positives to people not minding the kind of TPO, specifically in fiction, because it makes it quite interesting, right? There could be like a kiss scene in the middle of a battlefield or something. That's normally like a big moment, very dramatic. Even though, again, it's not the time nor place for it, nor the occasion. I'm with her, is the point. The other one here, which is great, is that you don't want a murder mystery taking place in some kind of disorderly city, blah, 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 even though that could be great. Like a cyberpunk murder mystery is certainly a thing, but kind of like this idyllic country town is very cool as well, right? It's always kind of this thing hiding under the surface, which is a cool kind of trope. Now, this one I disagree with completely, though. I'm the world's biggest procrastinator, but I won't, like, play a game or do anything fun. I'll just, like, kind of sit down and worry. And I'll worry, and I'll worry, and I'll worry, and I won't do the thing. When I'm not even having fun. I should just be doing the thing. Sonetsky here saying that not minding the TPO is more interesting is great, because again, her whole character is not minding the TPO. She's a stalker. It's not the time, place, nor occasion for me to be here, but I am. Zuto. Oh yeah, we could unpack the elephant in the room, because this is like 2 episodes in a row? It happened last week, I remember. Kafka time-traveled? And she time-traveled with everybody again here. Again, it's like a gag manga. I'm not going to take it ultimately too seriously, but, like, look at this. Kind of lightning strike, and then we're back in kind of, I don't know, medieval times. I don't know what you would call this. There's probably a period. The Sengoku period, of course. I think he's eating an almond joy during the Sengoku period. Don't do that. Don't text on your phone. Don't read doujins or whatever else, or play your DS. Joke being, again, if we do anything in the Sengoku period, we're not minding the TPO because we're in the wrong time. And arguably place, and it's the wrong occasion, it's a war. You shouldn't be doing any of this stuff. So again, you're committing the ultimate faux pas. And of course, the kicker where Chiri is the one that fits in is just fantastic. Bringing back that kind of violent Chiri joke without it feeling too kind of forced. Like, that's just a great screenshot. Look at that. That's good gear. I don't really understand the art style joke, but again, this is a good image. I kind of... That's like a profile picture worthy. That's good stuff. Oh, yes, and of course I remember this part. Yeah, cool. So, the TPO bit's quite good. I actually enjoyed that bit quite a bit. There was a lot of things that resonated. My only criticism is of Shaft and not telling me what TPO means other than a half a second still frame that I could hardly read, and also the subbing, because the subbing didn't make it super obvious as well. I don't know, potentially you just need to translate TPO as time, place, occasion just once somewhere as well. That would help, the viewer come across as well and kind of go along with it. Yeah, I just felt kind of left in the lurch a little bit. Felt a little bit stupid. Next up, of course, we have C-Day, and we kind of start on the kind of question of, is it rude to make other prefectures that are landlocked celebrate Sea Day when they have no sea, I guess. And again, kind of skipping to the end, the kick is that we're not at the sea at all. These shots here are quite clever, in that hey, this is going to stay the same way the entire time. You think it's just an establishing shot, and kind of a rather crude one at that, but in reality it's kind of settings you'd put on the wall or something, like kind of nailed up a picture of the beach. Yeah, again, it's kind of hiding in plain sight. It kind of looks wrong, but I was kind of thinking, oh, maybe it's some shaft kind of, flare or something. But yeah, again, a really cool reveal at the very end. It's very funny. I was probably going to criticize the skit for being quite stationary before the reveal as well, and quite, we didn't really use the setting all that much. Again, that's the joke. It's clever. It's good. I like this as like a set of advice to these landlocked prefectures as well. Dumping shrimp chips in the bathtub to make it smell like the sea. I think that's just unhygienic. All of these are affixing Apollo chocolates to your knees to make it feel like you're growing barnacles. Why would you want that to happen either? That's not really a beach type thing. That's like body horror. And let me get this straight. Now Itoshiku's having a go at a 3-day weekend. He thinks that that's bad for some. It fucks over mangaka, I guess. Cry me a river, dude. Come on, I love a 3-day weekend. When somebody please think about the self-employed, the public servants have it too easy. Bro, you're a teacher. And I like how we immediately call that out. That's just, I don't know. I really like it when the kids are really calm and he's just going off his head about some nonsense. I feel like that's the best dynamic between the class when that happens. It just makes him seem like a big drama queen. We have two really dark examples here because it kind of turns into certain people can't celebrate certain milestones type premise, I guess. Where like funeral homes can't really celebrate customer milestones. That would be in poor taste, yes. And I can't really congratulate a neighbor friend that I have because she doesn't really know who the father is. And congratulate in that context would be congratulate on her pregnancy. Yeah. Now this one went completely over my head. Harumi is bummed out even though she got published because she got published in something that's like bad or something. There's hair here. It's probably a reference. Again, for me, it's not translated, but I don't even think I'd get the reference beyond that as well. So this is one of those examples of, hey, please provide me with some info there. That'd be great. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to talk about it too. This is also a swimsuit episode again. So you've kind of got a lot of that going on because you'll see it by the very end here. We'll kind of pop back over to kind of another swimsuit section and Rin too. It's weird. It kind of we're just kind of taking our kits off whenever now. Again, if you do what you gotta do, I guess. It struck me as a little bit weird. It's a very beachy episode. Again, I would imagine there's a stronger pun here in the Japanese. Vacation days are now becoming privation days. Sure. Because of, again, the exclusivity of certain holidays and how they're not so universal and that we can't celebrate everything all the time. Kind of arguing that celebrating these holidays is something that's only, reserved for the higher class in society. That, those lower class just kind of stay near home doing sober, subdued things during their vacation days instead. Kind of like a house arrest type deal. Yeah, I kind of see it, sure. From there, it's kind of like, okay, if it's going to be a privation day and it's going to be pretty low-key, let's talk to somebody that does low-key basically all the time. It's Kyoto Komori, everybody. It begs the question of why she's outside at the beach. That kind of gets answered later. There's also this kind of incessant soundtrack that continues the entire time as well, which we turn off by the very end. I don't know, it's all just... It comes together really well. It's a really good reveal. Either way, her suggestion is to do basically the most boring things on our little time off. Try to fold a piece of paper, push the kind of lead out of a pencil, just fucking bed rot on the beach. Like lots of shit. Make yourself look like a corpse by, drawing your own outline on the ground. Make it look like you've been murdered. I do like everybody participating. Like, it's just... That's a good image again. Yeah. It's very much this show is this kind of image. It's kind of it distilled. And then, yeah, the reveal, as I've already talked about. It's all fake. We're just in the classroom the entire time. It was a set. It was a ruse. we just kind of poured sand in from outside. We're up in the mountains. It's impossible to celebrate Sea Day normally. And yeah, little clap, little pat on the back. Good skit, good stuff. Ooh, another thing I can docket points for. And this is my biggest pet peeve of basically any show. I hate, like, retreading material. We've already seen all of that. That's like a full minute that we've already seen. That sucks. That's bad. Don't get me started on these shonen that, like, half the episode is, like, opening and kind of preamble and preview and last time on and next time on and ending song and show me the content. I'm here for the content. Come on now. Now, this guy I'm unsure about, but this guy here is definitely a reference. Apparently, Sensei's design, specifically the hakama, is kind of infringing on some of our copyright. Again, let me set it up again. They're the overprotective group. That's kind of what's happening in this little hut at the moment. So again, he's protective over, or they're protective over their respective IP rights. So that freaks Sensei out. So he just kind of fucks off out of there, and then he tries to find a spot to swim. But of course, the overprotective coastline people are here too, and he can't swim anywhere but between this, like, right little bit right there. Again, it feels like what you're supposed to do at the beach these days, which is between the flags, blah, 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 lifeguards. Now, I'll give you a tip for from somebody whose country is basically all coastline. Just don't be stupid at the beach and you won't die. And be educated. Know how to spot a rip. You could swim anywhere you want, really. Obviously, if it's fucking, 3-meter high waves and stuff, you probably shouldn't go out there, but again, it's the idiot test as well. Just don't be stupid and go out and die. There's kind of been a lot of this onomatopoeia kind of childish voice type thing going on this episode as well. It's kind of everywhere now that I've kind of noticed it. I don't know if it was a specific thing just for here. Maybe it's been here the entire time. I don't know. Just really standing out at the moment. What is also standing out, as I said in the reaction, is that this fucking park looks like Monogatari so much, because a lot of Monogatari takes place in that fucking park. I don't know, if I see Shaft draw a swing set, I'm only thinking one place. That's all I'm trying to say. Anyway, there's no play equipment at the park. There's no swings on the swing set because we're being overprotective. That's the bit. So this is when it kind of gets fun for me, I guess, because we established the body double stuff in episode 2. In episode 2, I believe. And now it's kind of followed all the way through to here. So it's kind of this contiguous story, I guess, that's going on. That's the fun structural stuff, right? And again, all this overprotective stuff has made him turn over a new leaf and not want to use this body double anymore, not before this body double itself has gotten him into all sorts of trouble. So again, this old lady wants to thank him, as well as these kind of Yakuza fighter dudes over here. You've helped us to turn over a new leaf. Like, all these things that I didn't do. Shoutouts to the old lady's voice acting, too. I thought that was quite, it's humorous. It was good. It culminates with Abiru, which is kind of our lead-in to next time, which is that we're at the summer festival with Abiru because my body double agreed to go with her. It is a very abrupt ending, but sure, it gets continued regardless. It's fine. First get up in episode 5, we have Sensei hiding from the graduating class, for he is scared. Oh yeah, I don't know what to call one of these. It's like a personal little alarm that you pull. It's like a distress thing. Because Maria jump scares him because he's scared of he's jumpy because of the seniors, so he pulls the thing. Yeah, I don't know, I kind of liked that joke. It just shows, it's a very different side to him. He's not normally all kind of like spooked and like genuinely scared like this. Now, I remember from yesterday that this segment frustrated me, so I need to kind of get to kind of the why here in a second, because I kind of understand the initial concept of the back scratch, which is what we go for. So I should do the lead-in, which is that we read this sign over here, and it says that it's going to be a tearful graduation ceremony. Upon hearing that it's going to be a tearful ceremony, it doesn't make me as sad anymore and as kind of moved. You're almost like setting me up to feel this thing before I can naturally feel this thing. My example is if you kind of recommend something to your friend, or you tell them a joke, or you try to set something up beforehand, even if it's just like a little stupid video on your phone, and you say, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen, or this is the scariest thing I've ever seen, or this is the best written thing I've ever seen. It sets the expectations too high, and almost in a way, it kind of like undermines any chance of it actually eliciting that feeling, right? You like set it, You've set the set of expectations there to the point where if they're not extremely fulfilled, then there's only going to be disappointment and it's not going to work. You need to completely, like, no context, just kind of like hand somebody something. That's kind of how you set it up, I guess. Again, we do similar examples here. If something's called hilarious, I can't laugh at it. The interesting Maida show Omoshiroi, maybe? I don't know where the I is, but yeah, it's probably not going to be that interesting. You've set it up too much. Of course, here we are making a joke at our own expense as well. I'm imagining that this was on the front cover at some point. Interesting comic. Omoshiro manga? Sure. And then again, it's like she's the fucking Joker, dude. She's like the fucking ringleader bringing this shit all together, right? Because she's like, if you can't even pass that, then you won't stand a chance over here. And then the fog comes in and we're kind of transported. She kind of brings us into the next spot of the story, right? Kind of challenging us and kind of egging us on along the way. That's quite pointed. I don't know. Oh yeah, then we have a back-scratched restaurant, and then we do the stupid card game. And the card game is when it just, like, loses it for me, and I don't get it anymore. Because the restaurant itself, that's great. I understand that. It's got a bunch of, like, tacky advertising on the front. Now, back-scratcherat is a fantastic translation of whatever the pun is in Japanese. It's just brilliant, right? Give me, like, 100 different kind of pun attempts of a card game and, you know, the word back scratch, and this is probably the best you can come up with. It really is. Okay, let me read the rules. Everyone but the first player to win has to bear the back scratching on the cards they haven't discarded. So basically, I become everything that I'm holding in my hand if somebody wins that isn't me, I guess. I guess I wouldn't be holding anything in my hand if I won as well. Now, keeping that in mind as well, a lot of these jokes just aren't translated all the way all the time. They do get translated in time, but not in every frame. Anyway, what do we say here? Super Zetsubou Sensei, Alluring Zetsubou Sensei, Showa King of Laughs Zetsubou Sensei. Yeah, they do all suck. They're really, like, tacky. So yeah, you kind of have to call yourself whatever cards you have. Sure. And the cards themselves even call Nami just normal, even though her name isn't normal. It's Nami. Is this Apotheary who says Uno as well? That's good gear. That's good stuff. So then we pan around to a bunch of other tables, and these are starting to make a lot of sense. Okay. So if you're a sports person, if you're an athlete, and you get one of these names, Domestic Beckham, Fair Rob Carl, Matsuzaka 2. These are names that you don't really want because they're kind of chintzy and shitty, and also probably promise too much. Like, I don't want to be compared to Beckham. Come on now. Okay, and these are probably, this is now the mangaka table or something. These are the ones that are kind of, you know, thrown at Zetsubou Sensei a little bit. I don't really want all these superlatives. They're kind of, you know, they kind of suck. The skit ending joke about Big Bang is pretty good, mostly because it'll let me get off some Big Bang Theory jokes, but also I just think they kind of sell this like almost like Magnum PI type Big Bang persona for Sensei, right? Like they kind of hype him up in a really like stereotypical way, like when he's around something happens because he's Big Bang. It's just kind of cool. It's kind of Kino. I like it. All right, next skit time, and it's important to note that the entire pun that this thing is based around, which is the idea of a leap second, and that Chiri is feeling blue because of it. And those words are kind of linked, I guess. Blue and... what is the pronunciation here? Blue as well? Yeah. Again, you just got to associate leap with blue in your mind. That's kind of all what this is about. So question, we keep talking about a leap person or a leap student in class. Is this the leap student in question? I've never seen this person before in my life. This one hardly She hardly appears either. But this person right here, never seen you before, and you have a face. It's kind of fun that that's hiding in plain sight from the very beginning. Now, Chiri getting all worked up about a leap second is great because, again, that's her character. She likes things to be proper and precise. Sensei spinning it off into his like conspiracy theory nonsense with leap people is a logical step, at least for this show. It's a good elevation. And yeah, brings a sense of mystery as to who we could even be talking about. Maybe we're talking about you. I've never seen you before. And then Sensei goes all murder mystery, saying that this leap person may be among us. And then I think we see them in the compilation here somewhere. That was very funny with Ai as well. She was kind of in frame for 1 second and then tried to disappear. Yeah, you. It's you again. Look at her fucking derpy smile. I hate that shit. Get out of here. And again, the Zetsubou Sensei spin here is really fun too. There are, again, examples of people just being at the wrong place at the wrong time and it being kind of annoying. And Sensei says it must be because of this leap people phenomenon, right? It always just turns into this kind of like really insular, crazy nonsense from this guy in a way that I can really get behind. He says it with gusto as well. Once again, it's very funny that we have Sinetsky in such a skit, considering she's basically a leap person attached to Sensei wherever he may go, considering that she is a stalker. We do a really straightforward fat joke here. I wonder how this one went over with the rest of you. I thought it was pretty funny. She just thinks that there must be an extra person in the elevator, but instead it's just 5 fat people. You guys exceeded the limit because you're all fat. The joke is that she doesn't realize that she's fat because she's built up this persona of the net idol in her own mind or whatever. She's living in delusion, of course. Kafka comes through with some good examples here as well. You see this phenomenon in Australia as well. I'd imagine you see it everywhere, where you'll watch a broadcast and you'll look at the crowd, and then the crowd will come up on the screen and they'll show it off, and I'm like, there's no way. That stadium holds 80,000 people. There's no way, that stadium was almost full today. There's no way there was 70 there. I could see, empty seats everywhere. So again, it must be the work of leap people making this happen. Music charts are another great example as well. It's always some bullshit on the top of the charts that you don't even know who the hell's listening to it, right? Especially nowadays with everything as fragmented as it is with streaming and stuff. You could feasibly not hear any song that's in the top 10 on Billboard at the moment or something, right? As opposed to back in the day when they were a little bit more inescapable from the radio and whatnot. Protests and political events are another thing that people like to fudge the numbers on a lot, so sure. I do like when Chiri says that she's going to kill all the leap people too. I feel like that's very much in character. Channeling a little bit of Ace Attorney here as Harumi, though, accusing Chiri herself of being a leap person as well. Oh yeah, this was the part where we randomly break out into song. It's great. Little backstory too here as well, like, this is like back in the day. I didn't invite this girl and she showed up regardless. And like, I don't know, I recognize at least some of these characters, right? Does anybody feel the need to inform me why we broke out into song? I'm not complaining. I like a good song. You'd probably more than the average person. It's just, the show's never really done it before. It eventually leading to the Blue Man Group as well is a very 2000s joke. But it works regardless. I kind of saw it coming when I saw the blue hand here as well. So now we're watching a Blue Man Group show, and we have a bunch of people that are leap people that have appeared, that now appear as part of the Blue Man Group. Again, because leap and blue sound similar in Japanese. That's the hunt. It's like the entire like predication of the skit here. Now listen, I need to go see who was number 32 for AC Milan in the late 2000s. It was David Beckham. There you go. I didn't know he played for Milan. That's crazy. Okay, sure. So again, the joke there is like, they're not supposed to be there. It's like the baseball star's second wife or whatever the other joke was. They're like, it's a leap person because, they weren't accounted for. This part kind of, again, goes over my head because it's basically all puns. Something about a Blu-ray. Something about Chiri being a fucking psychic again with the eye, clairvoyant. And then Nami has appendicitis because she had leap guts. She had a piece of her body which wasn't supposed to be there that got discovered, which I guess you can make that argument for appendicitis. Sure. I've had my appendix removed. That's a little bit of the lore. Yeah, I don't know. Sure. It kind of goes off the rails there at the end, but most skits do. Was this part at the very end? He like hallucinates a bunch of Leap people as well. A Leap page occurred here. Then we do a bunch of like weird jokes about like skits that don't really fit in with anything else. Like this is like an extra skit that we didn't account for that just kind of got included as well. It involves furries. We see Sensei being all cute with like a dog, so we try to be his little pet or whatever. Sure. Okay, now final skit. We're back with Sensei on his little festival date with Abiru, and yeah, he's not that into it because again, the kind of body double got me into this situation, and he's trying to be released from her clutches, but she's holding on very tight. His argument is that today is Hojoe, which is like a Buddhist tradition where you do a good deed, like letting go of a fish or an animal that you catch. It's meant to, I don't know, it's probably like a karma thing if I'm honest. Either way, he's kind of abusing it because he just wants to be let go by Abiru in the here and now, as well as overlooking what my body double did last week, so let me go basically. Oh yeah, we do the through life thing. So, Hojoe, okay, which is a Buddhist holiday where you do something good for somebody, kind of, Japanese people kind of ignore things and live a through life, which is kind of channeling that kind of Hojoe type stuff in every day of life, therefore through life, which is what we do for the rest of the skit. You need a fucking, college degree in nonsense to understand half this stuff. Basically, it's a really cynical look at Japanese society whereby they overlook a bunch of things that could be considered bad, or they could help somebody and be like a good Samaritan, and they basically don't do it because they live it through life. We see that the problem is there, but we just don't do anything about it, and that's our kind of good deed, so to say. We see Sensei here, finding peace whilst there's chaos going on everywhere else around him, right? Ignoring the screams of children while he's kind of being zen and living a through life. And then we meet up with this weird family who basically embody the kind of philosophy of living a through life. The first thing is this guy's hairline's fucked, and we choose not to comment on it, which is an example of living a through life, right? You could say something, but you don't. Basically, these guys are all fucking weird. Like, she's got a bunch of facial hair. She's clearly a witch or something. Sokotoko, of course. And we choose not to say anything. We just kind of ignore it. And then we go shopping with the Rojases as well, where we buy bad meat and the soup. It's basically Aldi. It's Aldi on a bad day where all the food is just fucked, but really cheap. Didn't we do this gag a long time ago? Chat room, you must remind me. Did we? Again, we brought it up. Did we do it in the manga or did we do it in the show? It's ringing a bell. Did we do, like, ignoring things? I feel like we've done ignoring things like 4 or 5 times, but yeah. Please enlighten me. I'd love to know. Anyway, then Sensei sees a bunch of sus stuff, a bunch of sus people, and chooses to ignore the sus things about them. I don't know, probably give this one here some attention. That's my 2 cents. Oh yeah, what's this thing with the NHK asking for money as well, and you just like ignore them? I remember that from a previous liner note. So yeah, Okusa's doing that kind of stuff as well. Some of hers are really sad though as well. Like my husband's like cheating, I think, and I can't go to the doctor even though I'm sore. And again, that's kind of our ending. Again, my criticism is they end really abruptly. That's fine. Again, that's kind of the end of the episode, I guess. I had a question here with this last kind of, I don't know, Sensei drawing out, whatever the hell. There's moments here where, Meru's supposed to sing in the song, and I kind of almost hear words, and I don't know if I'm insane or not, and I'm just kind of like placebo hearing it, but yeah, that'd be a really clever bit if she's just kind of slightly mouthing the words, almost ASMR style, where you can only hear it if you're really, really focusing. Because this is a good pair of headphones. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they work that good. That should be what they do. Yeah, I don't know. That was a segment. That was pretty good. Yeah, those 2 episodes, good. I liked them more on the rewatch. I actually was able to slow down and understand the bits a little bit more. Still had a few criticisms here and there, but mostly just a good time. Good funny stuff. Good jokes. So next week, 2 more. Look forward to it. Patreon if you want to be that 1 week ahead, of course. And yeah, I'm skedaddling because I'm tired. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Ciao. Bye-bye.